Hey, what's happening, everybody? Tommy C here. What do we do with this channel? I don't know. What do we do with this channel? It's been through so many incarnations. We tried satirical characters to deliver drama news. That didn't really quite work. The only thing that ever got hot was like one video during the FaZe Banks thing. And one of my former associates took it down. Nice lady. And I really enjoyed doing the satirical characters, but I don't see satire working. With maybe a mainstream crowd, but not an internet crowd. The landscape of YouTube is, or the original YouTuber, you want to go like DeFranco and stuff like that. They just look at the camera and they entertain you with their words and their takes and sort of clever things and jump cuts like that. Those days are long over. YouTube's become a lot more, I wouldn't say commercialized, but a little. As editing has got more accessible, they're kind of all over the place as far as looking more like regular TV. And I think satire doesn't really work because the original YouTube fan wants that. I think more of a mainstream fan. I also noticed that most people that do satire are actually already established in Hollywood in some aspect. Of course, this is not across the board. It didn't work. It's too bad. If you ever want to check it out, we still got it back here. It's from 3 years ago. And it didn't work. And then we got on the Onision train. I actually shut this channel down, and then we got on the Onision train. And at some point, I realized that there was not a lot of evidence, and Chris Hansen was more than likely lying about an FBI investigation. There's been nothing developed in almost a year now. So we got hot in the beginning of 2020 before the P word. You know what? Forget that. Pandemic. I'm going to talk to you like a human being, an adult. If it doesn't get monetized, whatever. I'll live with it. So, yeah, then I came out and I said, look, there's really, I didn't even criticize Hansen at that point. I said, look, there's not a lot of evidence here. This is probably not going anywhere. And it didn't. And I was punished sort of severely for it when the channel was hot and sort of going places. We passed 10,000 subs, which is kind of monumental. And, I was really excited about the future, but it just, it was a punch in the gut. It took the wind out of me. And I couldn't go on and sit there and pretend that Onision was guilty of something that we had no evidence of. I would have happily done it had there been evidence. And so far, there's been nothing. There's been no FBI investigation. And when you dig a little further and talk to the police, you find out it's just Antios calling the local police department over there and saying he's doing stuff in some cases that he's not doing at all. So that's the end of the Onision thing. The Onision story's been over. Guys like my friend Nick DiOrio and John Swan have exposed it. And even hardened Antios like Repsion and Edwin Generations have said, no, this is going in the wrong direction. And they think Onision's guilty. So, yeah, I was punished for that. And then, my friend John Scream said, well, why don't you go a little more mainstream and let's cover this Chris D'Elia story. And you guys really responded to that. And we brought on a lot of new people in. And I did notice those people were not, and this is not an insult, I'm not throwing out the word normie, we're not really internet people, but there was sort of a gap or vacuum for stories, dramas between comedians and stuff like that. And I think he did a great job in bringing that. Of course, his video got 67% rating and mine got, 93%. So I win. But no, I think it was a really great idea to do this. And unfortunately, John is not as available. He has a regular job, but I think it was a really great idea 4 months ago. So I've decided to do a couple different things. We might do more mainstream coverage. I think I covered 50 Cent today. I don't know when you saw that, but I did that. And yeah, and maybe it's a gateway to my main channel, Tommy C's FFTP, where we do a podcast Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's mostly drive time or morning if you're on the West Coast. And and maybe I'll bring you into that YouTube drama world. But here's another thing. One of the things I didn't go back to Storyfire. Well, I got punched in the gut there too when I got suspended. There's not much going on. I don't know if you know this. Keemstar has said that this we haven't been good for a month. And yeah, I did. There's always a fall off in September. When I came back from vacation, things were still kind of popping in late August, September. I was like, okay, maybe we won't have it because of the pandemic. Maybe just switch things around. And it did. It just pushed September up to mid-September and all through October. So it's been deader than normal. I think there's a couple reasons for that. YouTube discourages conflict. So everybody just screws with each other behind the scenes now. And I think over the years, now that we've had Drama Alert for years, scares, things of that nature, I think YouTubers have handled the wave of conflict a lot better, and they know how to avoid getting in drama. Drama, I will freely admit, will promote your channel, but it does tend to be short term. It's only a little. It only goes for a little while. You are probably much better off avoiding drama, especially if you're just entertaining people on their own. I like the drama. I like the politics. I think you do too. I think that's why you're here. I think you want to hear people talk about it, and I want to fill in the gaps for the stuff that the mainstream media won't cover, and especially cover it in a way or give opinions, takes, or commentary that they're either not allowed to give or would lose their jobs if they did. And that's what I'd like to do here. I also would like to do, we're all slaves to the algorithm, and it's kind of an algorithm fan thing. I might run gaming news here, things of that nature. Twitch interactions from Twitch gamers, potentially pro gaming. If you guys reject that, we'll move on. So I guess we're looking at Shot from the Point News being a little bit experimental. I know I said I was going to bring a podcast here. The problem is my partners keeps getting their hours switched. We're going to do a record in 45 minutes to an hour podcast, possibly once a month on this channel. That's not out of the question yet, but it's got to be arranged. So I do apologize for not uploading. Really, I know I left something about 2 months ago, but it's really been 3 months since we've given this channel from love. We shut it down for a year before, but I really don't want to give up on it. And I know when you re-jump like this, you lose a lot of subs off the bat, and then you hope you hit something and keep it rolling. That's what we're going to try to do. If you want to check out my podcast, go to Tommy C's SFTP. If you like news like this, but for the online world, if you want to walk through the door, normie, and see the TMZ style stuff, if you're honest with yourself, you can always say that you don't like this type of stuff. You can always say you don't like tabloid entertainment, but you do. You do. You can go to the next level and go to YouTube Drama. Normally things start picking up around Thanksgiving, but who knows? Because yes, the pandemic has screwed up our sports seasons, and I'm starting to wonder if it's screwed up our typical YouTube drama season. So look, we'll be reporting on that. It's not to say that we won't ever do a serious story over here. I do want to concentrate on the lighter side of things. Even with the election coming, no matter who wins, it's going to be funny. People are going to overreact. They're going to go nuts. And I'd like to put that here. I'm always going to give you my opinion, but I don't want to turn this into, at least at this stage. It's really going to depend what you react to sort of a typical Skeptics Take channel. I'd rather not do that. But I'm going to be no YouTuber is going to be just honest with you. If I say something and it really strikes a chord, yeah, then I will follow that up. And I also will do this, unless you just call me an idiot and wish me dead. I won't listen to that criticism, but I am going to listen to criticism on this video and other videos and where you want to take it. If things start to work out over here, if that's what you want, we could start doing live streams over here, and I will open up. And one of the things I didn't do because I didn't think it was right, we'll open up membership over here. And the reason I didn't think it was right because I didn't think we were putting up enough content. But a part of that content, we could put an extra stream or an extra. We could put an extra stream or something extra. But I wanted to open up, and I want the encouragement. I want you guys to, give it a shot. We could have a couple of videos that don't break 1,000 for a couple weeks, possibly months, but I'm going to keep pushing it until I strike a chord with you all. So I'm going to experiment here. I don't think, this was kind of an overflow channel at one point because there was so much news going on in the sort of internet drama world, the internet tabloid world. And I know I just want to take this in a different direction and try different things, from podcasts to live streams. And if you guys really react to that, I was just going over to my main channel, which is kind of my bread and butter, Shot from the Point Live. And, I'll just kind of give you the zombie bite, and then you become one of us. Because it's a lot more fun. A lot more interesting, a lot more free, at least for now. Because you can talk like you do with your buddies in your living room. Did Eminem make a song like that or something like that? Yeah. And that's that's the way. But I don't want it. I mean, a lot of you guys know my views and stuff like that. I don't want to turn it into my views only. Again, the election is coming, and no matter who wins, it's sure to produce something that's interesting, that's tabloid, and I hope you are there for that. I do appreciate it, and I want to definitely shout out my news team that gets me these stories. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Want to hear it. You're probably going to be getting this message when I'm asleep, and I'll get up in the morning and I'll take a look and take what you have to say into consideration. And I mean that. And again, if you tell me to die, I'll probably ignore it. And then you're like, this guy can't take criticism. Yeah, I don't know, impaling myself in front of my children probably wasn't the best advice. I'm not going to take it. Thank you very much. Like and share, support. I do appreciate it. It's been a rough since mid-September, but we've had rough patches before.